Okay, so let's start. First of all, I would like to just tell you a bunch of free services that is provided by CECA. So this is one of the free PTE classes provided by CECA, and we have a bunch of other services, which are the student visa extension and educational advice. And we have also NATI classes running throughout the week, which are all free of cost. So do check these things out if you guys need any consultation for any of these. For now, let's just start the free PTE classes which CECA provides. For today, we'll be discussing our PTE writing module, and we'll be discussing essay in detail. We did summarize written text last week. So if anyone has any questions regarding that, you can ask me, or any other question about anything in PTE. Otherwise, we'll start now with the essays. So everyone good? Okay. Yeah, let's start. Share. Okay. So I guess everyone has been there in previous classes for writing, right? Is there anyone who's new? Selena, is this your first class, or you have attended class with us before?
No, I have attended other classes as well.
Okay, no worries. So so I'm guessing everyone is well aware of these. I'm just quickly going over it again. So in writing, you have two questions. One is summarized written text and essay, which gives about 31 out of 90 points towards your writing. And rest of the points will come from your listening module and your reading module. Okay, so it's very important if you want to score points in writing that you also go through your listening questions and also your reading questions, which will maximize your score in this. Okay, so you have about 2 to 3 questions of written text and about 1 to 2 questions for essay. Okay, right, and these are the questions which are very important for writing. So summarize spoken text from your listening. So 3 questions from your listening are important, and the most important being your write from dictation, and this should be your top priority for listening and writing. Okay, reading, fill in the blanks, gives marks towards writing, which is about 15 to 17 points out of 90. Okay. Okay, this was summarized written text, which we discussed last week. I'll quickly jump onto essay. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so what happens in essay is that you get 1 to 2 questions in your exam. Most likely you'll get 1 question. Okay, you are allowed 20 minutes per question, and there is no rollover time. That means you can't save your time from your essay for other questions. If you attempt the question and if you finish early, let's say 15 minutes, you just finish your exam early. That's all is what going to happen. Okay, before we jump into scoring, I will just discuss the types of essay that you get in your exam. So you basically get 5 types of essay, which is argumentative, that is agree or disagree. The next one is opinion, that how far do you agree? For example, if we take the example of global warming, so if you say, is government responsible for global warming, agree or disagree? Then next would be, how far do you think government is responsible for global warming? Advantages and disadvantages, like advantage and disadvantages of global warming. Problem is your global warming and what can be possible solutions for it. Okay. Causes and effects, That means what is the cause of global warming and what kind of effects is it having on the environment. So these are the 5 different types of essay that you get in your exam. The length of your essay required is about 200 to 300 words, and about 260 to 275 is your ideal word count. Okay. Right. Now, essay is one question where I ask students to not do too much about it from your side, writing a very creative essay, because the software is really programmed to judge on based on your scoring factor. So even if you're writing a really good essay, but let's say you're making a couple of grammar mistake, couple of spelling mistake, you will still not get your points. Okay, but if you're writing a very basic essay with very basic points, but you're fulfilling the criteria or the parameter that's been given by PTE, in that case, you will get full points for your essay. Okay, so the best method for essay is just to memorize the template, which will maximize your score by making you making less grammar mistake and spelling mistakes, and not taking too much time in your exam to think what to write in the exam. Okay, so let's discuss your marking. So you can see on your screen, the first one is for your content, which is 3 points. Okay, so you get 3 points if you have answered all parts of the question. For example, if your question was from one of our questions, which is, do you think government is responsible for global warming? Agree or disagree? Okay, so if in your essay you have written about government, what government does, so you have mentioned the word government here and there, you have mentioned about global warming, you have mentioned what is happening because of global warming, in those cases that will be 3 points. The lesser that you mention about these topics, the lesser the point will be. Okay, now there has been few questions from students in the past that can they just memorize one essay and fulfill the other criteria to score good points. It doesn't happen like that, because if it's 0 for your content, it's 0 overall. So you need to mention the main topic quite a few times in your exam. Okay, so yes, you have to write things about the topic, otherwise it will be 0 out of 15. The next one is form, which is, just give me a sec. Form, which is 2 points for 200 to 300 words. So if you write between that word count, then you get 2 points. One if it's 120 to 199, or above 300 to 380. Okay, 0 point if you're going less than this. And if it's 0 for format, again, it's 0 overall. So your main scoring criteria will be content and form, which are most important to comply with, because if these guys are 0, then it's 0 overall. Okay, so these were the 2 main scoring parameters. Then the next one is, okay, it's not clear here, I'm just going to write them down now. So basically there are 7 parameters. Okay, so next is general linguistic range. Which is 2. That means that you are not repeating the same word over and over again. You are using a range of vocabulary, okay, in your essay. In that case, you get 2 points. It doesn't mean really fancy words. Like, you can use good words, not very repetitive words. But again, if you memorize the template, you don't have to worry about your linguistic range because it is comprised of different words already. So all you have to do is basically write the topic words over and over again. That's completely fine if you repeat the topic sentence more number of times. Okay, so that's 2 points for that. Next is your vocab, which is another 2 points. That basically means the sentence that you're writing related to your topic, you're using correct words to describe the sentence. It's not that you have picked up random words and formed a sentence which is not conveying any meaning. In that case, you will not be awarded points for vocab. It really needs to convey the meaning. It should be proper sentence and a proper sentence structure should be maintained. Okay, so that's the difference between vocab and linguistic range. Linguistic range basically deals with how good you are at writing things, like good words and stuff. Vocab is correctness of word. Okay, next is your grammar. So that's 2 points as well. So if your sentence structure is correct, if the punctuations are correct, if you're starting your sentence with capital letter, if you're finishing your sentence with full stop, you're putting your spaces correctly, all those come under grammar and they carry 2 points. If you have a couple of mistakes, you get 1 point. If you have more than that, then it's 0 point. Okay. Shikha, is this your first class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have never attended our PTE classes before, right?
No.
Okay, so we were discussing in today's class our writing module. Okay, we were just going over essay. So have you ever taken PT before, Shikha?
Yes, मैम मैंने 2-3 दिन ली है क्लास.
Okay. Okay, so we were discussing about essay. So you get 1 to 2 essay in your exam, and you have 20 minutes per question. And there is no rollover time. That means you need to finish your essay in that 20 minutes. If you finish quicker, that's not going to help you in any way. You just finish your exam quickly. Okay, then we are discussing about the scoring now. So your most important criteria for scoring is your content and your format. So content is basically whatever topic is given to you, you are writing on that topic. You're not just writing any generic essay. Okay, the next is your format, which is 200 to 300 words. So you need to ensure that you're writing between that word limit. It's free 2 points for just maintaining the word count. Even if you can't think of anything and you write a sentence and make it at least 200 words, you'll get free 2 points there. Okay, right. Next is general linguistic range. That means you're writing different kinds of words in your essay, not repeating the same words over and over again. Next is vocab, which is 2 points. That means you're using correct words to describe your main topic. Then is grammar, which is sentence structure. Also, your punctuations, your spacing, all that comes under grammar. Okay. All right. Next is your spelling. Two points again. So if you make one spelling mistake, it's 1 point. If you make 2 spelling mistakes, it's 0 point. So you really need to be careful about the spellings that you're using. They need to be correct. If you think that there is any word that you don't know the spelling or you're not confident with, just don't use it. Okay, it's better not to use it. Yeah. So those are the scoring parameters. Now let's move on to the questions. Now, I would want you guys to take a screenshot of this slide. Now, these are the different questions which are most repeated in exam. Like 80% you'll see one of these questions in your exam. So just take a screenshot. Okay. Now we'll be discussing one of these questions today. We discussed 4 of the questions before, so we'll be doing next one now. But before we start with it, let's discuss our template. So this is our template where you just have to write a few words from your own side. About 190 words are already there in the essay. So I will be highlighting the ones that you have to add from your side. So our topic here is use of computer technology, and you have to write an essay about that. So the first paragraph is your introduction paragraph, where you have to basically write what is the topic and what side are you favoring or what are you going to write in your essay. Okay, so our topic is use of computer technology, which is the first sentence. So you're basically mentioning what is going to be your topic. So your topic is use of computer technology, and your introduction sentence is one of the most conspicuous trends of today's world. What is conspicuous? Anyone who has attended class before, do you remember what's conspicuous? Recent, yes. So any topic that you'll get in your exam is basically something that is recently happening. Okay, so just to get that extra points for linguistic range, we have added certain words like this, which are not very common. Okay, so one of the most conspicuous, that means recent trends of today's world, is the colossal upsurge. What is colossal? Colossal means massive or big. Upsurge, increase. Okay, so what basically first sentence is saying, one of the most recent trend of today's world is the massive increase in using computer. Okay, so that's your topic sentence, first sentence. Now next, what will you say is what side are you going to take and what will be in your essay. So what you're saying is, there is a widespread worry that this will only lead to myriad of concerns in the society. That means you are going to most likely going to take negative side. So you're against using computer technology. Okay. Then you say, in my opinion. Why? Because this entire essay is just your opinion. What are you going to write in it is only you, because that's your way of thinking. That's why, in my opinion, then you mention topic name, which is computer technology. And since it is only one technology, we'll write has more negative impacts than positive in the society. Okay, so that's your first paragraph. So all you do for the first paragraph is write topic name twice. That's it. Rest of the thing you need to memorize. You need to just write exactly same it is. Even though if you come across a topic you think it has more positive than negative, I will just suggest that just stick to it so that you're saving more time for proofreading. Okay, so that was our first paragraph, introduction. In introduction paragraph, all you do is 2 times write topic name. That's all. Now next paragraph. Now because you're taking the side of negative, you also need to put up a positive side, because then in your essay, what you're doing is that you are saying that I've considered the positive things, I've considered the negative things, and that's why I think negative side is what I'm going to take, because there's only few positives but more negatives of using a computer. Okay, so for your positive side, all you have to do is think about one positive point. And here what they have thought about is availability of extra time. Okay, so that's the only positive point, short and simple. Rest of the things we'll work it out with the template. So what they're saying is, on the one hand, critics may point out that one of the most significant benefits of, then you write your topic name, which is computer technology. One of the most significant benefit of computer technology is the availability of extra time. Okay, and now you mention an example based on your positive point. So what is the example that they have written? That because they have extra time, they are spending more time with their families, as they are doing less house chores thanks to efficient household machineries. Okay, so that's the example that you're giving to justify your positive points. Okay, everyone clear with the positive side of the paragraph of the essay? Anyone has any question? Okay, let's move on to the negative side of the paragraph. In your negative side, you have to think about two negative points, two examples to support that negative point, and one fact. Okay, so I'll write it down later on that what do you need for each paragraph. So when we start with our negative side, so we write, on the other hand, there are a number of arguments in favor of my stance. Why? Because you have already mentioned in the first paragraph that you'll be taking the negative side. So that's why there are a number of arguments in favor of my stance. Next, one of the most preponderant one is that computer dependency, which is again your topic name, has negative consequences for the community in various ways. Now, firstly, then you have to mention 2 points. How is it negative for the community? First is people are becoming lazier. Oh, sorry, people are losing their jobs. So that's your first negative point. Now, why are they becoming lazy? Because, why are they losing their jobs? It's because machines are increasingly taking over the roles of humans. That's it. Okay, it doesn't have to be very complicated example. Basically, you can just paraphrase your negative point and write it as your example. All computer is looking for is words like for example, because of. Okay, then such as in the car manufacturing sector. So that's basically a part of the example. You can either write a full proper example, not mention about industry or sector or whatever. It's all up to you. The next I talked about was a fact. Now the fact doesn't need to be correct. The fact that's mentioned here is, according to Times Magazine 2017 edition, the proportion of Americans employed in manufacturing has dropped down from 30% to 10% today. Now, this is a completely fake fact. There is no proof of this thing. But like I said, computer is just looking for a fact. It's not going to go back to Times Magazine and cross-check if your information is correct or not. All the purpose of the essay is just that you know how to write English, you know your grammars correctly, you know what an essay is comprised of. They're not looking for correct information, they are just looking that yes, you know how to write the essay. That's all. That's why a fake fact is fine here. Okay. Now, the next thing is that we will write our second negative point, which is a large portion of human population has lost enthusiasm. Okay. Why? Because computer technology, because of computer technology and increasingly becoming lazier and less efficient. Why? Because now, since you have computer technology, for example, calculation, you would remember that in our school times, we would be just doing it ourselves, the basic addition, subtraction. Now with the computer, with the calculator, all of these things, people are becoming lazy and they just want a fast track thing. So they're doing that. Instead of playing games outside, they are playing it on computer. So you can use any of these examples basically for your second point and write it down. It's all fine. All right. So that was our second paragraph. Our fourth paragraph is basically recommendation. So what you're saying is, lastly, in my opinion, Government of Australia is taking great initiative in educating its citizens against the negative impact of, then you mentioned the topic name. Okay. Citizens are being encouraged to spend a significant portion of their time in physical activities like games and exercises. Why? Because one of your negative points says that people are becoming lazy. So what should they do to not become lazy? Is basically play games or exercise. And why do they need to do that? To compensate for their computer reliance and addiction. Or you can write, to compensate for the negative effects of computer. Both of them are fine. Now, then comes your final paragraph where all you do is mention topic name once, which concludes your entire essay, which says that whatever arguments you have placed above, one can conclude that despite having some benefits, because you wrote one benefit, so that's why you can say that despite having some benefits, the drawback of computer technology in the society are indeed too dire to ignore. Okay, so if we go through the entire essay, all the 4 to 5 paragraphs. Okay, I missed one point here, which was development, structure, and coherence, which is 2 points. That means you're writing 4 to 5 paragraphs in your essay. Which is basically introduction, conclusion, and your body part. So computer picks up the words which are introductory words or conclusive words like overall, in conclusion, all of these, or in a nutshell, all of these are conclusive words. So computer can figure out that yes, you have given an introduction, you have given conclusion, and you have written the main body paragraph of it. Okay. Now let's discuss what was in the essay. So our first paragraph was basically an introduction. What did you do in your introduction paragraph? All you did was you wrote your topic name twice, which is the highlighted one, as I mentioned. Okay. Now then was the second paragraph where what you did was you took or you wrote the positive of the topic. So positive side and just one point, one positive point. And one example related to your positive point. Okay. Then comes our third paragraph. In your third paragraph, you wrote your negative points or negative side. So what you did was you wrote 2 negative points. You wrote 2 examples to support those negative points and you wrote one fact, which was according to Times Magazine. Okay. Fourth paragraph, you gave your recommendation. Okay. So one recommendation okay, so one recommendation which is basically that government of Australia is already doing something and citizens need to do that particular thing which government is already doing. So one recommendation related to your second negative point. Okay, and your fact will be related to first negative point. Okay, then is your fifth paragraph. In your fifth paragraph, you write your conclusion, and all you do is write topic name once. Okay, so that is your 5 paragraphs in your essays. You can use the same template basically for all kind of essays that you get in your exam. You just have to change a little bit when you get different words like benefits and drawbacks, then you use those words, advantages and disadvantages. So you replace certain words in the essay to make it suitable for the topic. Okay. Any question regarding your essay template? Anything that you guys want to ask? So everyone good to practice? Okay. So when you get essay topic, first of all, of course, read the topic properly. Then what you do is, after that, your next step is to think about one positive and two negative. That's all you have to do in the beginning. And after you have done these 2 steps, you start typing your template. Now, a lot of students do ask me, what should I do in exam? Should I type my template first and then put in my points, or I should go along with the template and just write as soon as you come to that point where you have to write the words from your side? You can follow both ways. It's all up to you. But if you start typing your template first, what happens is you already have finished the template, so you're not stressing basically to finish that 200 word word count, because you have already typed your template and you're not wasting too much time in thinking things. Okay, so that's one very important thing you need to keep in mind. Okay, so you start typing your template and then you add your points to it. Okay, next.
So ma'am, we should type the template first.
Yes, that's what I recommend. If you are worried that you're going to spend more time in thinking things, either way,
Yeah.
Either way is fine. If you're okay with typing the whole essay at one go, you can do that. I've done that myself. Like, I went with the topic, not typing the template first and then adding things. But majority of the students while teaching, I found it was better for them to write the template first, so that they are writing that 190 word count. It's done, because you already memorize it so many times that you don't take a lot of times in figuring out things, right? Yeah. So either way is fine. You need to find your comfort level when you're doing this. Okay. So yeah, that's what you have to do for your essay. Now, what we are going to do now is you write one essay. We'll discuss the topic. You write your essay and you see how you go with the template, and then we'll write it together at the end. Okay. So the question that we will do is, I think we didn't do the textbook should be replaced. Did we do it last? Last?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And did we do the advanced medical technology?
No.
No. Okay, so let's do this. So your topic is basically advanced medical technology. Okay, so that's your main topic. So remember, every place where we have written topic name, that's what you use. You say is one of the most conspicuous trends of today's world is the colossal upsurge in the use of advanced medical technology that will expand humans' life. Okay, so this is how you'll go topic name. In some places, you don't have to write full all the time. Sometimes you can just write advanced medical technology. Okay, so now blessing or curse, that means what do you have to write? It is basically telling you advantages or disadvantages. Okay, so you can think your positive and negative points. Everyone wrote down the topic, because I'll change the slide and put your template slide now. So everyone good with the topic, right? I might just copy this actually. Oops. Okay, so the topic name is at the top and your template is just there. So I'll give you exactly 20 minutes. So write your essay and send it on the chat and I will score you. And after that, we'll discuss together that what could we have done to make it better. Okay, so your time starts now and you have exactly 20 minutes to finish the essay. Okay, how many of you still writing? Because 20 minutes are over, so you should be finishing your essay by now. Anyone going to submit? I'll give you another 5 minutes. Just try to finish the essay and send me via chat. Okay, Gauthried's good attempt. Just, I guess, you need to be a bit more fast so that you can finish the essay on time, but good use of template and putting things together.
And we have to send it as file or just in Word in chat?
You can just copy paste. If you have written in Word, just copy paste and send on chat.
Okay.
Otherwise, it just plays up with the screen share. Okay, Shiza, your essay is pretty good. You have incorporated everything and you have used the template and your points properly. So good work. I think everything is fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's discuss it now. So let's go here. So what is our positive point? What is good thing about using advanced medical technology? So our positive point, one of the student wrote that can be used to treat lethal diseases, right? And what's the negative? So two negative points that we can write is because of increased life expectancy, you have increased financial burden. Okay. Then what else? So I'll take one of the example from one of the students. Okay, Shiza, I'm taking one of yours, which is this. A large portion of human population is getting dependent on the medical technology rather than self care measures. Okay, so we read the topic, we found one positive, we found two negative. Now,
Ma'am, it is difficult to find the negative ones. I,
for this topic,
yeah, I
oh,
have to think much for the negative.
yeah. Don't try to think, like I said, good point. If you can't think of anything, just make up things. You don't have to really, like I said, give a very good point.
Yeah, real base. If it cannot be real base, so we can take it that also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other thing is because the essays are repeated so many times,
Mhm.
and even I don't know, in this class, in every class there are students who have taken PTE exam and they get the same topic in both the times that they have taken.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very very common, these 14 question. If you know these ones, that means you're sorted for, like, most likely you'll get one of these. There are more topics, a lot more, but they just play around with the words. If I give you an example, if
Mhm.
you read the second topic, with the increase of digital media available online, the role of library has become obsolete. Yes. And if you read the third topic, textbooks should be replaced by online resources and modern technological innovations. They're basically the same thing, right?
Yeah, right.
Yes. So there are basically 100 topics, and a lot of them are played around the same words. Okay.
Idea behind them is the same.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So
So
let's
I have, so I should write these 14 topics. I should write idea the positives and negatives one. So I cannot be thinking that
yes.
much about these.
Few things I would suggest for essay is, first, these 14 questions. Yes, memorize your template properly so that you're not thinking about that too much in your exam. Okay. Next is, once you start typing your essays, let's say you finish everything by 18 minutes, that means you don't need to worry about practicing too much of essay now.
Okay.
Okay, because you need to save 2 minutes for proofread. So once you have reached that time target, that yes, you can finish by 18 minutes, then what you do is you just go to ApeUni or realpte.com. You read each topic. Okay, and you see that, okay, I know the, just write down one positive, two negative, one positive and two negative of each topic that is new there.
Mm.
Okay, so that's how your practice should go, and that way you'll be aware of all the topics that are there.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, so let's do this now. Okay, so one of the most conspicuous trends of today's world is the colossal upsurge in, what do we write here? We will write colossal upsurge in advanced medical technology that expands humans' life. Okay. Then second sentence remains the same. We don't have to change anything with that. And then in my opinion, then you change here because you have to write topic name, advanced medical technology has more negative impacts than positives in the society. Or you can write has or is a curse than a blessing. Because that will say that yes, it's a negative side. Okay. Next, on the one hand, critics may point out that one of the most significant benefits of, instead of computer technology, advanced medical technology is that, what was our positive point? Can be used to treat lethal diseases. Is the use in treating lethal diseases or deadly disease. For example, people, unlike in the past, now can be cured of or cured from of deadly disease like cancer. As the technology is becoming more efficient. And you can write thanks to technology. Thanks to advanced medical technology. Okay, so that's our positive paragraph. Then is our negative. So on the other hand, there are a number of arguments in favor of my stand. One of the most preponderant one is that medical technology has negative consequences in the community in various ways. Firstly, what is our first negative? Increased financial burden. Firstly, it will increase financial burden because people will have to pay more medical bills when they are older. We can delete this. According to Times Magazine, December 2017 edition, the proportion of people paying medical bills will increase from 30% to 80% in the future. Okay. Secondly, a large number of, okay, what was our second negative point? Our second negative point was a large portion of human population is getting dependent on the medical technology rather than self-care measures. So you can use that. I'll just use okay. And Shiza has written a good recommendation as well. So that's your second negative point. And after that, you go to your recommendation section, which is, lastly, in my opinion, Government of Australia is taking great initiative in educating its citizens against the negative impact of medical technology. Citizens are being encouraged to have healthy lifestyle. To have healthier lifestyle rather than dependent on advanced medical technology in order to compensate for the negative effects. And then last but not the least is your conclusion paragraph, which is just topic name once. In the views of arguments outlined above, one can conclude that despite having some benefits, the drawback of medical technology is indeed too dire to ignore. Okay, so that's done. We have done another topic. Everyone clear with this topic now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And this data from Time Magazine, is it given somewhere, or we just have to know or how to write that?
You just have to know, like I said, it's just a fake one. You don't have to worry
Oh,
much about it.
okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now you can see that even I just had to write few things in between. I still have made mistake in spelling. You can see the red lines. So you always have to go back and check your spelling, do a proofread. No matter how good you are at writing things, everyone makes mistake. Okay, so always proofread when you are finishing your essay, after finishing essay. So that was another topic done. Now we'll do one more topic. So you can take a screenshot of this as well if you want to keep a note of how you're going to write all the topics. Okay. All right. Now we'll do another topic, which is the next one. So your next topic is, some people argue that experience is the best teacher. Life experience can teach more effectively than books or formal school education. How far do you agree with this idea? Support your opinion with reasons and your personal experience. So what is your main topic here?
Life experience.
Yeah.
Is the best teacher.
Yeah. So your main topic is experience is the best teacher. Okay. And how would you put that into, and also your formal school education? So you have to incorporate these words when you're writing your essay. So you have to write one positive point about experience, that how can experience teach you things. You can, I will give you an example. For example, if there's someone like doing business, there are a lot of successful businessmen who have not completed their school. Or for example, scientist Albert Einstein never finished his school basically, and he was kicked out of school. He failed in a number of subjects, but he still became such a huge scientist. Okay, so that's one thing, how experience is good. Now next you have to write negative about experience and positive about your school education. So how it helps, like not everyone is a genius, only few kids, you know, there are only few kids who can do things on their own. Rest 90% of the population needs to be taught a lot of things. So you have to take care of, like, think about these examples and then frame your essay, and let me know if you face any problem. So I'll give you another 20 minutes. You can write your essay on that topic. I'll put the template on again. Okay, you can start writing now.
So ma'am, we have to disagree with it to fit it in the template.
Yeah, but if you want, you can do the other way as well. What you have to do is basically, after that, you just switch the paragraphs. Let's say if you want to take positive side, what you do is you just change the words and you write, in my opinion, experience is the best teacher than school. And then you take the sides accordingly. You can change the paragraph, okay, a little bit according to what side you want to take.
And the last sentence, then it will be, one can conclude that despite having some negative, or
Yes. Yes. Instead of negative, you can write, despite having some drawbacks, the benefits of experiences in the society is too dire to ignore. So you have to change all those words there.
uh,
Okay. All right. So your time starts now. Okay, anyone else still sending me their essays? Okay, it's pretty much done. Okay, anyone has any question about this topic or any other topic or anything about essays in general or any other PT question that you have?
Actually, I am not feeling easy to write exactly in template. Like,
Okay. Is this the first time that you're using the template?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that can be a problem, but Selena, you should be your best judge about this. Now, there are few students who feel comfortable in just typing their own essays,
Mhm.
but you have to make sure that your grammar is good.
Yeah.
Okay? You're not making any spelling mistake and you're
Mhm.
thinking and typing within the time frame. Okay, if any of this is a problem, I will suggest, for now, I would just suggest that use this template to write at least 5 to 6 essays.
Okay.
Okay. After that, if you still feel uncomfortable, then we can suggest something else, because of course, this is the first time, it's not going to be easy thing.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's why we did 2 or 3 essay practice today, one which was the topic and then 2 more topics, then we'll practice more. In that case, you can guess that how you're doing with it. There's practice going on throughout the week. So if you're still struggling, then we can change the template around, but most likely stick
Mhm.
to the template. That will save you a lot of time for practicing other questions. This question doesn't need a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
just memorizing the template is the thing. Your energy should go to more important questions, not the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Got one more essay. Let me check. Okay, Shiza, you have done good as well. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's it for today. Next class, we'll be discussing our reading module, and we'll be doing reorder paragraph and multiple choice questions. So that will be next.
Sending my essay.
Sorry.
I'm sending my essay. If you could.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Just forward it to me. Okay. Okay. Kimberly, are you sending more? Because
I think so. It's not come. 1 second. I think so. I'll just send it again, ma'am. Please.
yeah, sure.
I'll just send one more. I'm written.
Okay. Got it.
Ma'am, I think you got the whole essay now, if I'm not mistaken.
Received it. Okay, very well written. Just I found one spelling mistake which is due to not proofreading. Okay, rest everything is really
There's a
good.
mistake, ma'am.
Learning, you have solely leaning from life experiences.
Okay.
Okay, so just these couple of things, rest all very well written. Good. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. See you next week.
Thank you, ma'am.
No worries. All right, have a good weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye.